Okay, I'm back. This is a 4K screenshot, basically the same as the ones um, I took in the game. There's these three. So there's just a nice front one. It's climbing the hill. And the sun's in the back. Granted, it is behind the clouds, but same effect. Wider, higher shot, kind of bird's eye. Sun again, back here. You can see a lot more. I like this one. And then here we have a side one. So the sun's not necessarily in between me. Sorry, the tank necessarily isn't between me and the sun, but it's most of the tank is in the shadow. This is kind of, it's on the line, right? If we went any more this way, I'd be a little hesitant, but I like this. So yeah. And I'm just going to edit them, as I do. So disclaimer, I have no formal education in editing photos. I figured it all out myself. There's better ways to do any of this, which I'm sure there is. I'd love to hear them, but I just do what I do, and it works for me. So yeah. One thing I always do is what I'm doing now is a little bit of contrast, a little bit of clarity. Not a little bit, it's a pretty good amount, but right here I always bring this up to the middle of this square, and sometimes I'll bring it out a little bit more, just because then you just get this cool, really flat look. Just a little bit, just like that, and then you do the typical S-curve, which, so this is where it gets fun. I always turn red's a little purple, blue's a little greener, which you don't really notice, but just a little bit, just a good turquoise, because why not? I sharpen it a lot, and a little bit of a vignette. Okay, so I ruined it. No, give me, thank you. So it looks nice, but you actually, less of the tank is you can't actually make out the tank. So it looks cool, but then what you can either bring up. So this is my exposure, right? My what do you call it? The graph thing. Right. So watch this. Sorry, I'll make that bigger for you. Looks good. Looks great. So obviously, this is all too overexposed, but just when you bring out those shadows, it just looks good. So let's say I bring up the exposure a little bit, and those shadows, I just bring them up, and then a little more exposure, and bring down the highlights. Looks good. I like it. Orange is a little too bright. So I can change here a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Like it. Can make those trees a little greener. Let's see. I want this. Yeah. Sure. Something I do in all my shots is of like a bloom. So I take a radial filter, and I just bring up some light. Sometimes I'll add warmth to it like that. A little white balance. And just so that just more light coming from the sun, because I feel like sometimes the sun is a very bright object and it's not always reflected in the game, and it looks cool. Another thing I do is so right here I have contrast, clarity, and sharpness done up a bit for this brush filter, and I just draw on the tank of it. Super minimal. You could go like way out with it, like, whoa, but Don't want to overdo it. And that's pretty much it, other than I like to play with the white balance sometimes. Every time I play with the white balance. That's how like a lot of my shots are purple, and that's because this is fun. I like to play with this. I don't think we need to change the purple in this one, but like this is a little too green. So if I just change that up slightly, no, I want to stay on this side. I like that. I like that. It works for me. You can, if you want, like actually do proper white balance, which normally doesn't work, but that looks fine. I'm gonna leave that. But it's a little too colorful, so I'm just gonna turn the saturation slightly, and that's about all I do. Oh wait, I do this too. Graduated filter on the bottom, and I just, oopsie, just darken a bit. I don't know why I do that. I just do that. I like it. Sometimes I'll do the reverse and bring up the exposure if it's dark down there, but normally this is what I want. Yeah, sure. It's good to me. See, when you're 4K and you pull it up, it's not perfect. JPEGs are just the worst. But out here, it looks fine. It'd be fine on a 1080p monitor as a wallpaper, which is about this scale. So it is 4K, but on a 4K monitor, yeah. So I'm gonna select all of them. This is why Lightroom's cool. I can sync and do everything. And it'll pop those settings over to the next photo, this one, automatically. So I like it. It works. That looks kind of nice. I kind of like that. That's fine. This one looks good a little blue though. Turn down the blue saturation a little bit, because I don't want that tank to look blue. Yeah. So brush filter, this is the mask from our old tank. We don't need that. Make a new one. Just paint this tank a little bit. You really can't tell the difference. Too blue. Too blue. Desaturate that a bit. Our mask landed in the right spot. Yeah, you want to be wary. You don't want to put this like in the wrong. You always put it by the sun. We have this thing down here, which I can just. You can do this. This sometimes looks cool on the edge of the shot. I'm going to keep that. I might add a little one right here. Super little details, but yeah, I like it. That looks nice. That looks really nice. I think this mask is on top of the tank. Yeah. I like it. That's probably my favorite one. That looks sick. That looks so sick. Oh, I want to go. No, you can kind of see it there. Just looks a little more you know, it's a little sharper. Why is this not? I apologize. A bit bigger. I will dabble with this a bit just to try and mitigate like this. So crank the detail in large direction and then softens it up. You can go full, but then the tank just looks weird. You get this weird soft, like, yeah. Because there is a lot of detail into this. Like, see, this is sharp, but it looks cool from out here, right? Like all this and this. So, maybe about 25. That's good. I like it. I like it a lot. 715. Oh. Yeah, that looks nice. I think I'm gonna keep this one more on the warm side, just so I can match the set. Just make sure this is all good. Turn that down a little bit. Nice. You want this to be even, relatively. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.